Prime Minister Modi, in his program Man Ki Baat, says India is building new capabilities through Atmanirbharta. Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurates 3 major projects at Imphal, lays foundation for several projects. Farmers' unions propose to hold another round of talks with government. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank says dates for CBSE board examinations to be announced on 31st December. And Meghalaya government initiates steps for addressing maternal and infant mortality rates in the state. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Ajanta Chaudhary. Now with the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio, said the common man of the country has felt the transformation and there is extraordinary hope. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India is building new capabilities through Atmanirbharta, or self-reliance. A major change has come up in the minds of the countrymen within a year, he added. Modi stressed to cherish this sentiment, preserve it and keep nurturing it as well. Among a plethora of issues, Modi stressed that people should avoid use of single-use plastic. In a huge environmental success, Modi expressed happiness that in India, between 2014 and 2018, the number of leopards has risen by more than 60%. Ahead of the much-anticipated New Year, Modi urged the people to certainly make a resolution for the sake of the country.
नारियों से देश की हजारों साल पुरानी संस्कृति, सभ्यता, हमारे रीति रिवाज को बचाने के लिए कितने बड़े बलिदान दिए गए हैं। आज उन्हें याद करने का भी दिन है। लेपर्ड्स यानी तेंदुओं की संख्या में 2014 से 2018 के बीच 60% से अधिक की बढ़ोतरी हुई है। 2014 में देश में लेपर्ड्स की संख्या लगभग 7,900 थी।
Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Ma Kamakhya temple today, seeking blessing from Goddess Bhagwati. The Union Minister was accompanied by Assam Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal, Health, PWD and Education Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Shah, on the first day of his visit, laid the foundation stones of projects worth Rs 1,176 crore, which includes a second medical college in Guwahati, and also ceremonially launched the construction of 9 law colleges in the state. Shah is on a 3-day official visit to the northeast.
माननीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री हिमंत बिश्व डांगरियाও আমাক খোলা আহিছিলে অকল ভিতৰলৈ আমাৰ ভাৰতৰ গৃহমন্ত্ৰী অমিত শাহ ডাঙৰীয়া ভিতৰলৈ দৰ্শনৰ কাৰণে গৈছিলে ইতিমধ্যে দৰ্শন কৰি তেওঁ মন্দিৰ পৰিক্ৰমা কৰি মাৰ আশীষ লৈ কামাখ্যাৰ পৰা বিদায় লৈছে।
Home Minister Amit Shah today laid foundation stone for several development projects and inaugurated 3 major projects at Imphal in Manipur today. Shah said the projects unveiled today will bring ample employment opportunities and GDP of the state will increase immensely. He also assured that a forensic science college will be set up in the state and requested Chief Minister N. Biren Singh to initiate the process. The Home Minister said the youth of the state have excellent IT skills and Prime Minister Narendra Modi understood the fact well and provided connectivity of IT. Shah stated that during the 3 years, BJP-led government has brought unprecedented development and peace in Manipur. The minister reiterated the fact that Prime Minister Modi has visited the region over 40 times within a short span.
मंत्रीगण, विधायकगण और आज इस कार्यक्रम में आए हुए मणिपुर के प्यारे भाइयों और बहनों, सबसे पहले तो मैं क्षमा प्रार्थी हूं कि थोड़ा मुझे आसाम से आने में देरी हो गई। और इस कड़ी धूप के अंदर आप सब लोग यहाँ पर काफी समय से बैठे हैं, मगर
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate India's first ever driverless train operations on Delhi Magenta Line on 28th December through video conferencing. These innovations will herald a new era of travelling comfort and enhanced mobility. The driverless trains will be fully automated, which will eliminate the possibility of human error. After the start of driverless services on the Magenta line between Janakpuri West to Botanical Garden, the Pink Line of Delhi Metro is expected to have driverless operations by the mid of 2021. The farmer unions have proposed to hold another round of talks with the government on 28th of this month. Swaraj India President Yogendra Yadav said all farmer leaders and all farmer unions representatives who are protesting against farm laws have mutually decided to hold another round of talks with the centre. The central government had written to the protesting farmers unions and invited them for fresh talks. Joint Secretary in the Agriculture Ministry, Vivek Agarwal, had reiterated the government's commitment to discuss and find a solution to all the issues raised by the farmers. The date of CBSE board examinations for 2021 will be announced on 31st of this month, said Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank in a tweet. Every year, the Central Board of Secondary Education conducts board exams in the month of February and March and releases the date sheet in November. However, this year, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the board exams timetable has been delayed. Pokhriyal recently informed that the CBSE board exams will be conducted after February in an offline mode. To address high maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate, the Meghalaya government has approved a policy for addressing shortage of medical specialists in the state. This policy will be implemented through the adoption of alternate models for responding to shortage of medical specialists, i.e. Adarsh project. This project is an attempt to scale up alternate models for responding to the critical shortage of medical specialists in the state by training doctors in the public sector. The Health Commissioner, Sampath Kumar IAS, said that around 7,000 villages are remotely located and therefore there are glaring geographical challenges in reaching out to people in far-flung areas. It becomes even more challenging for the pregnant mothers to reach the nearest health centers. The policy is aimed to addressing this gap.
Mostly, basically, giving a lot of priority on health in the state.
United States Ambassador to India, Kenneth I. Juster, rode the elephant safari in Kaziranga National Park on the last Sunday of the year. Accompanied by the Bangladesh Deputy High Commissioner and other dignitaries, the U.S. Ambassador enjoyed the majestic one-horn rhino, deer, buffaloes at the Kohora range of the World Heritage Park. Earlier, Kenneth I. Juster took a jeep safari ride into the national park at Bagori Range. Later in the day, he visited the villages on the outskirts of the park and had a first-hand experience of the rich traditional Assamese village society. After an extensive pandemic hiatus, Kaziranga is now witnessing a fair tourist turnout. According to the park officials, around 3,720 visitors in the Kohora range made the famous park their destination in the beginning of this week.
Would you like to invite any of your country?
Many of my colleagues have visited here, and that's why I'm here, because they've told me what a great place it is.
In the COVID update from the country, the COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to an almost impressive 96%. The Health Ministry said with over 21,400 new discharges in the last 24 hours, total discharged cases now stand at over 97,61,500. Total number of COVID positive cases in the country has gone up to over 1,187,800, out of which over 2,78,600 account as active cases. Meanwhile, with 279 fatalities in the last 24 hours, the death toll has reached over 1,47,600. In the COVID update from the region, Frontline Arunachal Pradesh records a total of 16,687 cases. The recovered cases are pegged at 16,477. Caseload for the dead is 56. Reporting 27,976 total cases, Manipur has topped 26,331 in terms of recovered cases. The dead account for 344. Meghalaya 13,371 total cases, discharged 12,985. The tally for the dead is 138. Mizoram records a total of 4,182 cases, while 4,046 account as cured cases, while number of deaths is 8. Nagaland reported 11,897 total cases, followed by 11,545 discharged cases. Caseload for the dead is 78. Sikkim with 5,799 total cases, recovered stands at 5,157. The dead account for 125. Tripura records 33,237 total cases, 32,695 discharged cases, while the death toll is 385. In the COVID update from the state, in a tweet, Assam Health Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma said 74 cases were detected, with 34 from Kamrup Metro out of the 18,274 tests conducted in the last 24 hours. 105 patients were discharged in the last 24 hours, which takes the total number of recovered cases to 2,11,483. The total COVID cases stands at 2,15,910, out of which 3,389 account as active cases. Meanwhile, the total death toll in the state is now 1,035. A landmark agreement was signed between the Meghalaya Basin Management Agency and the Soil and Water Conservation Department last week to launch a statewide awareness campaign on natural resource management, which would be conducted by the department in every single village. Further, the line with the state water policy, 3 active and committed youth or village facilitators from each village will be given intensive training on NRM that would enable them to prepare NRM plans for their respective villages under the guidance of the department. In the Melbourne Test, India lead by 82 runs while Ajinkya Rahane hit century. India were 277 for 5 against Australia on day 2 of the second Test at Melbourne Cricket Ground at the Stumps. After losing the toss, India bowled out the host for a paltry 195 runs in the first innings. Stand-in skipper Ajinkya Rahane and Ravindra Jadeja are on the crease after Hanuman Vihari, Shubhan Gill, Cheteshwar Pujara and Rishabh Pant got out earlier today. For Australia, Marnus Labuschagne was the highest scorer with 48 runs. Mohammad Siraj picked 2 wickets. For more, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel, DD News Guwahati. And now a recap of the headlines. Prime Minister Modi in his program Man Ki Baat says India is building new capabilities through Atmanirbharta. Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurates 3 major projects at Imphal, lays foundation for several projects. Farmers' unions propose to hold another round of talks with government. Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank says dates for CBSE board examinations to be announced on 31st December. And Meghalaya government initiates steps for addressing maternal and infant mortality rates in the state. And before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing and frequently wash hands with soap or sanitizer. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.